If your algorithm still shows you goofy content, then you're just programming yourself to become a goofy. If your algorithm shows you some G shit, then wallahi, you're on the way to become a G. I want to show you the easiest and the most passive way that I've used to go from this to that in only 2 years. This isn't about wasting time or being unproductive. This is about turning what has been a bad habit for you into a good habit. I remember back then when I just started my self improvement journey, I was going through a big bout of depression. And the reason I was going through this was because of so many things. But just to make it clear, I knew that the main reason was due to my phone addiction. So I used to scroll on my phone. I used to scroll on TikTok up to like 3 a.m. This is after COVID, back in like 2021, just when I was, yeah, just like at the end of 2021. That's when I was so addicted to my phone and I was a dopamine fiend, just like scrolling on TikTok, IG Reels, just wasting my time. So now I decided that I was going to go on a dopamine detox so that I could, realign my mental health and fix my mind. So I tried this. I did this for about 6 months, no phone. And then eventually I realigned my relationship with my phone in the sense that I started doing, instead of consuming content, I started to produce content. So now my relationship with my phone changed. Instead of me scrolling, I started making content. So I asked myself, what kind of content can I make? So I decided to just make kind of like self-improvement content. And at that time, I had just started my fitness journey. So I would upload videos of me when I'm working out, when I'm getting fit, just getting out of bad shape, basically, out of like the trenches that I was in. Yeah. So when I started to do this, I started to also consume some fitness content because I wanted to make my fitness content better. So I started to consume more fitness content. And the truth is, if I didn't consume that amount of fitness content, I swear to God, I put this on my mom, I wouldn't have made this much progress. I wouldn't have continued. I wouldn't have stayed consistent on this journey. So I was thinking of so many things to talk about when I was coming up with this video as an idea. I was like, man, what should I talk about? But the real thing is, what is that one thing that I've been doing since the beginning of my fitness journey? It's consuming fitness content, consuming educational fitness content, not entertaining. Yes, I started off by consuming the entertaining fitness content because that's kind of the stuff I was making at first. But then my heart is towards helping people, and you can't really help people so much with entertainment because then you start being a bit degenerate and getting into all these trend chasing virality, basically. So now what I decided was I want to watch more educational fitness content, stuff that teaches me. I watch videos of how to build muscle, how to work on my diet, how to stay consistent, all this kind of stuff. Educational fitness content, just like this fitness content here that you're watching right now. Now, you know it's not a good video if I don't actually put you on some game, on some goddamn game. So first of all, how can you curate your algorithm? Make it beautiful, like an art piece, like a masterpiece. How can you curate your algorithm towards helping you stay consistent with your fitness? Let me teach you. So the first step that you need to do for you to rewire your algorithm is to consume only educational fitness content. Even if it's not just fitness content, if it comes to self-improvement content, only educational self-improvement content, only educational content. Why do I say only educational content? You see, when you consume content for entertainment, you build what they call a parasocial relationship with these creators. You think that your brain naturally thinks that you guys are friends. So now you just come to see this creator when you're eating food, when you're doing something passive, you're wasting time. So you're not really learning. You're just trying to have that like a friendship. You think that you're friends. But the truth is you're not really friends. The person on the other side of the screen doesn't even know who you are. So that's not very good for your brain. What you're supposed to do is to watch content for you to learn things that aid you towards your goals. If you have the goal of staying consistent in your fitness, because I'm sure that if you're watching this channel, that's one of your goals, then you should be consuming content from my page, shameless little plug, from my page that talks about fitness consistency. Because my page, as you can see, no entertainment. I'm not here to I'm not here to make friends with you. I'm not here to socialize with you. No. You're here to learn. You come on my page because you're here for the actionables. Because me, I only drop actionables. I don't just waste time. So that's the perk of educational fitness content over entertainment fitness content or even content in general. Educational content helps you learn, helps you improve, helps you stay consistent. So if you want to be more consistent in your fitness, watch my channel. That's the first step. Then the second way that you can do this is by downloading fitness content to listen to when you are offline. So this is a hack for me because I like to take walks. I like to stay outdoors. I like to be a bit social. Even though I'm a bit of an introvert, I want to improve my social skills. So I put myself in social situations. So I'm always outside. And now when I have those podcasts, like fitness podcasts downloaded, for example, I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Mike Israel. Dr. Mike, RP, uh, is it Renaissance Periodization? Yes, that's his channel. That guy, oh my God, man. He has so much game. Though his jokes are a bit too gay. But still, like, he has so much game. He puts me on so much game. So I download a bunch of his podcasts, like the ones that he does with Chris Williamson, and I listen to them when I'm out taking walks. I listen to them when I'm literally showering, when I'm doing anything that's passive, making my bed, when I'm getting sunlight outside. That's the time when I'll be listening to those guys because I know that that's programming. Even though it's passive, yes, I always encourage you to pull out a pen and a paper and be serious when you're consuming content and not make it a passive thing. But even though it's passive, I promise you, you are programming your mind. There are things that are entering your mind and they're sticking in. Even if you're doing other things, there is a way our brain picks up everything that's going on in our environment. That's why they say that you should curate your environment to help you towards your goals. That's something that I heavily preach. So you need to be consuming that, even if it's not active consuming. You can still passively consume. And by passive, I'm talking about in your headphones. I'm talking about on a speaker. When you're not watching, you can just do this. And I use YouTube for this, basically. I download YouTube videos in a low quality format, just enough for storage so that I can have a bunch of like videos that I call podcasts because I don't really watch them. I just put them in the background. And I can also do it while I'm working out. So this is very, very important. I want you to start doing that if you don't already do that. This is a hack. I also, instead of just downloading fitness content, you can also download motivational tapes that you can use while you're working out. That's what I do. They're like compilations. You can just search for something like David Goggins compilation, something like that. Or just search the word David Goggins. You'll see one of those, like the compilations where they put together a bunch of motivational things that people have said, celebrities and everything. Now, actionable number 3 is to unsubscribe and press not interested on the kind of content that doesn't aid you towards your goals. On the other content, I want you to press unsubscribe. If you're subscribed to YouTubers who are just there to be your buddies, unsubscribe from them. They're not helping you. Then also, if you have people who are popping up on your feed, you see, I majorly talk about YouTube because I know it's the number one platform for consuming educational content from me as me. I'm a YouTube baby, basically. I've been raised on YouTube. My whole childhood, YouTube. My leading up to my adulthood is all YouTube. Everything, the way I speak, the way I look, the way I socialize, all my skills have been from YouTube. So thank you, YouTube. I praise you. I worship you. So basically, when you press not interested on these videos that pop up on your feed that you don't like, I promise you the algorithm is going to stop showing you that kind of nonsense and it's going to start showing you that the kind of videos that are going to help you stay more consistent in your fitness and that are going to help you learn new training styles, learn how to overcome the obstacles that you're going through in the gym with your fitness, even in your general life. I'm sure that the people who watch my channel usually are on self-improvement as well. So I want you to make sure that your whole feed is showing you self-improvement content, not just showing you goofy Kai Senat, bro, speed. What the hell is that, man? Speed. Sometimes I get like a speed clip on my Speed versus Ashton Hall. I'm like, what? Hell no. Hell no. Not interested. I press not interested. I press unsubscribe. Those two things. You see, they say that being successful doesn't mean having more things. It's about saying no. It's about having less. Less is more. That's what they say. Less is more. So please, not just download, not just taking my advice of downloading and getting all this content, all this stuff. No, but you also need to remove. You know what I mean? Trim and stack. You get me? The fourth method is to take notes for maximum benefits. Look, the days when I am listening to some crazy game. Lately, I've been listening to Ed Lawrence. Ed Lawrence is a business YouTube creator. He talks about YouTube business, how to make your YouTube channel like optimize for business and to give you more sales. So I listen to this guy. Usually when I'm listening to him, I'll decide to watch a video of his, maybe when I'm eating or some nonsense like that. But then I'll be like eating my food and then I'm like, damn, this nigga is spitting game. Oh my God, what? He's speaking so much game. And it's like I now have to put my fork down, get a pen, get a paper, just write down something because I don't want to forget what he's saying. It's so important. That effect, that helps me remember things so much. And it's actually helping me level up my YouTube channel. If you look at my old YouTube videos, you'll see a difference.
Plan out and to schedule what he's supposed to be doing for the future. So he's able to actually keep time on things that actually matter.
There's a big difference in the way I present myself, my credibility, in my production, everything is just different. But it's because I've been watching his videos and I also take notes whenever I watch his videos. So whenever you take notes, it increases that capability of you learning what the person's talking about. If you think that you're just gonna sit down and passively listen, oh, yeah, oh, tricep, okay, tricep. Well, you're not really gonna learn. You're not even learning at that point. But the person who sits down and he takes notes, takes like quick summaries, like, oh yeah, this, I understand this. Okay, this is what I need to do. I need to do this. That's why I have my journal. A few of you have seen my journal. Let me even pull it. It's right here. See how my journal looks. It's optimized. It's optimized. It's optimized for learning. Learning, bro. You see, I guess I didn't grow up in a very financially fortunate household. But I guess the best thing that I learned from that household is the ability to learn. Always had it in me. I've always had that kind of like anti-arrogance. It's like I speak arrogant, but my mind is like I'm open to everything. I'm willing to learn. I don't have that kind of, I don't like saying no. I don't like saying I don't know. I want to know. Like I want to know. I always want to know. So I really, 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 really enjoy learning. For me, learning is very, very important and it helps me grow faster and it makes me like make so much progress compared to my age mates. I'm literally the age of 21, but look at the stuff I'm doing. My age mates don't want to do this. At least the age mates that I know, they don't want to do this. They want to come and do a YouTube video at this time. Nah, that's too much work for them. But I only do that because I'm able to learn, and I learn very fast because I take notes. I literally pull out my pen and my paper and I take notes. I humble myself. So make sure that you do that. And number 5 is to end this video by giving you a list of fitness educational creators that you can subscribe to. First of all, I'm going to give you Dr. Mike Israetel. You can find his channel, that's Renaissance Periodization. Then Jeff Nippard as well. And I'm talking about, these are like science-based lifters and stuff. But science is really just like That's information. So consume that. Then you also need to watch a bit of Andrew Huberman as well when he talks about fitness. You can look at Athlean X. Yeah, that's when it comes to exercises. You can look at Chris Bumstead when it comes to exercises as well. The rest, just search them up by yourself. See whoever fits your style, consume, download them, watch them, or listen to them offline as podcasts. That's very, 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 very important. I've got all of this inside of a system that I've used to transform a couple of young men like you into real ninjas. It's called the Consistency Blueprint, and it's a top link in the description. Also, if you're tired of skipping days, watch this video where I talk about how I train every single day without even burning out.